Hi, I am going to discuss about inverters used for home appliances. It is very essential to have a good inverter to support the summer power cut. The inverters are available on different kilovolt ampere, that is kVA. I suggest you to go for minimum 800 kVA inverter. There are good inverters are available from various brands. What is 800 VA? How much load can be connected? Generally, a resistive load we call it as a watts. But when it comes to an inductive load, we express the power in terms of volt ampere. For example, a tube light it takes 40 watts, but its choke takes another 15 watts. So totally, we can say a tube light takes 55 to 60 VA. A fan is generally designated as a 60 watts, but if you convert it into volt ampere, it takes 80 VA. For example, if you have a 800 VA load, 800 VA inverter, then you can load the inverter with around comfortably you can load 12 tube lights, or you can comfortably load 8 fans, or combination of both. That you have to take the calculation accordingly. That is, one tube light is 60 VA and one fan is 80 VA. But in many houses, if you see, there is a separate line is given for inverters. In a switchboard, they used to have only two switches, one for light and one for fan, which is supported by the inverter. But I don't prefer such sort of wiring. I generally prefer inverter line can be totally given for lighting load. Lighting load in the sense, other than TV, you can give it for tube lights and fans. Whichever room you want, you can use it. For example, in a kitchen, if you want to use a fan and a tube light, you can switch on there. So this way, you can have a power support for your whole house. Wherever you want, you can utilize it. Or if you really want to reduce the power, you can sit at hall, and you can have one tube light and one fan. And if you use LED lamps or CFL light, the power consumption is much lower. The next one is, before we go into the battery, so the inverter decides how many load can be connected. So then we'll go to the battery. Battery is another aspect to decide how much power is supported in the event of power cut. If the batteries are expressed in ampere hour rating, that is generally called it as a AH. Today market, 150 AH battery is very common one. For inverters, mostly such capacity battery is being used. There are different type of batteries. One is called tubular batteries. It has long life compared to ordinary plate battery. But tubular battery has some restrictions. It won't charge to its full capacity with the help of the inverter. So in order to have a good support of battery, the battery must be replaced once in 3 years, and every 3 months the water level to be checked. Something like generally we do it for our vehicles battery. The water is a distilled water, so ordinary water should not be poured. It is better to keep the battery away from children's reach, especially when children have some spoon or some metal pots. They should not be allowed to touch the terminals. In that case, it will explode. So I suggest to keep the batteries little away, that is externally, not inside a bedroom or something. Minimum it should be on hall, surely not in the bedroom, because it emits hydrogen gases, sulfuric gases, that is especially for charging. It is very dangerous to the human while inhaling. So if you buy 150 Ah battery, and if you put 4 tube lights and 3 fans, it must support for continuously 3.5 hours. But practically it is not. The reason behind is modern batteries are not capable of being fully charged by the inverters. It at the most it charges maximum of 120 Ah, 100 to 120 Ah. So it supports only 2 hours only. So to know the capacity of the battery, It's very easy. Switch off the power and put 4 tube lights and 3 fan and observe how much time it comes. If it goes for 1 hour, that means the capacity of the battery is 40 Ah. If it goes for 2 hours, it's 80 Ah. 2.5 hours, then it goes to 100 Ah. So you can check the battery by this method. At least it should support with this 4 tube light and 3 fan 2.5 hours. That shows the battery is in a good condition. It will surely take care of the power cut in summer. And while purchasing the battery, always you attempt to buy it in the month of January and February, so that it will be in a good condition to support the forthcoming summer. The important aspect of the inverter and battery is the maintenance. Today most of the inverter company, they come out with annual maintenance contract. It is better to have an annual maintenance contract. And battery, there is no such AMC, but only a proper maintenance would more than enough to take the to have a good life of the battery. So before I conclude, I just want to say, check the water level of the battery once in a 3 months. Clean the terminals. That is, whoever comes to pour the water, tell them to clean the terminals and apply Vaseline or petroleum jelly. Don't keep the battery in a place where a children can approach with some metal object. Never keep the battery in bedroom, because the gases are very dangerous. And once in a month, discharge the battery by connecting 4 tube lights and 3 fans. Now observe how much time it comes. But make sure while doing such a test, there shouldn't be any power cut, so that at least you will have the idea of what is the life of the battery. Thank you.